library, and I'm here today with a book haul. These are books that I purchased because, fun fact, I have never done a book haul on my channel that was not a library book haul. What? There has to be some kind of like BookTube record, an entire year plus on BookTube, and I hadn't filmed a single book haul that wasn't from the library. I recently went though to an amazing used bookstore and had to pick up some books. I went to Recycled Reads, which is the Austin Public Library, like, used bookstore. I think that they take donations, but for the most part, it was used library books. And I got some good ones, guys. Like, we're doing okay. So I'm gonna go through the books. I have like 10 or so here. And I will put timestamps down below so you can see like a list of the books and then like where in the video that I talk about them in case there's one you're more interested in than the others, but let's get into it. It's so funny because I'm reading through the books trying to get like a full sense of what they are about, because I don't like book hauls where people like don't tell you what the book is about. Although, to be fair, like I'm having to do some research. I don't know what a lot of these are about, but I'm like getting more and more excited every time I pick one up and I read the inside flap, and I'm like, yes, this is why I picked this book up. Like, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so first up is Us by David Nichols. This is a book that I had seen for years, and I haven't read any of his books. This is my first David Nichols, and he has a couple, and I'm actually surprised because I really like book to film adaptations, and he has a few, and I still have not seen any of those movies or read any of his books yet. Us is about a married couple named Douglas and Connie. I think it starts at the beginning of their relationship, like when they're falling in love, and then continues in time to them getting married, and then fast forwards even more to Connie asking for a divorce. It follows like their marriage and their relationship, and hopefully them, if they can, kind of mending things back together. But yeah, I'm really excited for this, mostly because I'm excited to read David Nichols. Like I said, I haven't read any books by him, and the blurb on the front from Jojo Moyes says, "I love this book, funny, sad, tender," which are like totally buzzwords for me, for anyone who wants to know what happens after the happily ever after. And so I'm excited for this one. I also picked up The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This is a story about an autistic boy who is trying to solve a murder mystery. Well, a dog was murdered. He thinks it was murdered. And so, yeah, I don't know really what to think about this one. It's kind of a backlist that I've been wanting to get and read, and oh God, that's terrible. On the front of the book, there's a dog with like a pitchfork. So that's terrifying. But yeah, I think this book is supposed to be good. I think it's also supposed to be kind of like maybe divisive. Maybe some people really like it and some people don't. I feel like it's something that I've heard. Let me know down below let me know down below if you've read this and what you thought of it, because I'm excited to read it just because it's one that I've heard a lot about, and that's all of these. Like, all of these are books that like I've seen at the library, and they're Austin Public Library books. I've seen at the library and wanted to pick up and just hadn't done it, and I'm doing it, and now I own them, which is a fun way to read too. The last book that I read with an autistic narrator was Jenny Moon, and I really, really liked that. But it's tricky. That is a tricky thing to try and pull off, so I'm excited to see if Mark Haddon can do it. I also picked up Lilac Girls. Lilac Girls is by Martha Hall Kelly, and I am excited for this one. I have heard about this book for months. Possibly longer than that. When did this even get purchased? Ooh, also this book is not from America. Ooh, one second. Okay, so I just did some light Googling because, okay, on the back of the book, and this is, pause. This is my favorite thing about getting used books. Like, there's so much cool shit inside these books. Like, what? Used books are great. Okay, so I saw this. There we go. Okay. Let's get a little closer. There we go. Okay. It says 12,490, and the denomination is like what in America we use as like the cent symbol, kind of. And so yeah, I did some like Googling, and I think it might be Costa Rican. That's the denomination that they use, but I don't know. If you've seen that before, like there's some obvious answer to this mystery, let me know. But I think that's what it is. Anyway, Lilac Girls. It's a World War II historical fiction novel. Of course it is. But I'm really excited to pick this one up. It is about, it's a true story about a New York socialite who championed a group of concentration camp survivors known as the Rabbits, and I'm hooked just from that description alone. I am all about this book. I can't wait. It says the lives of these three women are set on a collision course when the unthinkable happens, and Cassia is sent to Ravensbrück, the notorious Nazi concentration camp for women. Their stories cross continents as Caroline and Cassia strive to bring justice to those whom history has forgotten. I'm so excited. I love historical fiction, and this is one everyone seems to rave about, and I just can't wait. Can't wait. Another historical fiction book I picked up is The Other Einstein by Marie Benedict. This, I think, is based in reality. Like, I do think that this story follows Albert Einstein's actual love interest, Maliva Mitzvah-Mark. I think. Genuinely, I have no idea. And I can Google it, but, like, you know. I should Google it. Here we go. Be right back. I'm back. Okay. Google. God bless Google. I Googled it, and Maliva Mark is Einstein's wife, ex-wife. They got married, then they got divorced fairly quickly. I think they were a little over a decade. And so I'm really interested in reading this. I genuinely don't know that much about Einstein, and I don't know that I'm going to have like a great idea of what he's like from this book. But I am really excited to learn about Maliva because she, in her own right, sounds like she was really interesting. She was studying physics, and a woman studying physics in 1896 is a unique story. And so I'm really excited to learn about her and Albert Einstein. This book. I picked up The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, and like started reading it in the parking lot. Like, so I actually went to the used bookstore on Sunday after the royal wedding, and yeah, this is the kind of purchasing that comes after that. I had seen this book everywhere on Instagram because it's so Instagrammable. I took a picture immediately as well, like no judgment. And it's been really cute. So I cannot remember the last time I read a like contemporary romantic story, and I don't usually enjoy them. Like it's too fluffy for me, and I get bored. But this has been really cute, and I think it's a mood read, right? Like you have to be in the mood for this kind of thing if it isn't the kind of book that you usually read. If this is the kind of book that you usually read and you haven't read this one yet though, you should, because it's so cute. I'm also flying through it, and it is not short. Like it's like good sized pages, and it is 450 pages. So like it's kind of a hunk of a book, but it's just really cute. It is about a girl named Rebecca. Rebecca and her twin sister Lacey are American students, and Rebecca decides to go and study at Oxford, and while she is there, coincidentally, she is in the same living hall as Prince Nicholas, and they meet, and they fall in love. I don't think it's like any big spoiler considering the cover of this book, but it has been just like a really cute story. And what I'm really surprised by, and I think this book has done really well so far, is that obviously the plot centering around like the main character and the prince like getting together, like that's gonna get old after a little while, like the will they won't they, and like what's taking so long, and when will you get married, and you know. But this book does a really good job. The authors have done a great job with like making these other storylines that are happening that are just as compelling but aren't necessarily like exactly about the main character. So like the sister has a really interesting thing going on, and there's like a group of friends that they've known since college that all have really interesting like subplots that the characters are involved in a little bit, but they kind of have their own lives going on too, and they're good characters, and I'm excited to see what happens. I hope they end up together. I mean, it seems like they probably do. I hope they do. I also picked up An Untamed State by Roxanne Gay. I haven't read anything by Roxanne Gay, and I'm very excited to read this, although it seems like it's going to be pretty intense. Some pretty intense reading. And this is also like bordering on like being a very well-loved library book, which I like. I'm excited. People have been reading this. This book is about a woman who is kidnapped and sexually assaulted, and it sounds terrifying and an interesting story to explore, and I'm sure Roxanne does it very well. And so I'm excited to pick this one up, although I think I'm gonna have to like prepare myself for what may happen in these pages. But yeah, I'm excited. Have I said I'm excited 1,000 times? I'm gonna go back and edit this and be like, think of some new words, Katie. So I'm gonna try and use some other descriptors in the rest of this video. Then I picked up a book that maybe you haven't heard of, because I had only like kind of heard about it, but I'm very excited. Pick a new word. Hold on, here we go. Synonyms for excited. Okay. Here are some suggestions. Hot and bothered, in a tizzy, juiced up, feverish, wired, ruffled. That's not super helpful. I am charged for this book. I am psyched to read this. It is called Did You Ever Have a Family? And it is written by Bill Clegg. This is described at the bottom as being elegant and heart-rending. Buzzwords, like insanely huge for me buzzwords. And one of the most accomplished fiction debuts of the year. So yeah, it's a debut novel too, and that's neat. It is an absorbing, unforgettable, like how many different Katie buzzword reading words can you use in a single paragraph? It is an absorbing, unforgettable tale that reveals humanity at its best through forgiveness and hope. Like, what? This is gonna be so good. So good. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited to share with you guys what I think of it, because I haven't seen very much about this book. I'm excited. I don't care. It's the word that I use to describe myself, so I'm excited. Next up is A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki, and I don't know anything about this book, although I have seen it. Like, I've seen it on Instagram and BookTube, but the girl that I was shopping with actually recommended this to me, and so I added it to my stack. This book is also unique for me as a reader because I don't read that much Asian fiction, and so I'm excited to pick this one up. I think this is based in Tokyo, but at the bottom, I feel like I'm gonna like this, just reading the description at the bottom. Here we go. Full of Ozeki's signature humor and insight. That's great. A Tale for the Time Being weaves across time and space as it probes the relationships between writer and reader, fact and fiction, as well as history, memory, and myth, in a brilliantly inventive, beguiling story of our shared humanity and the search for home. Sounds good. Gonna read it soon. And last but not least is Behold the Dreamers by Mbolo and Mbue. I have been wanting to read this for a very long time. I haven't read anything by Mbolo and Mbue, and I am just, I kid you not, walking around Recycled Reads, I could have picked up 2 to 3 times as many books as I did. If you are ever in Austin, you need to stop by there because the selection was just off the charts amazing. It says on the front that this is a dissection of the American dream, savage and compassionate in all the right places. I'm just so excited. Like, yeah, this is gonna be, it's an immigrant story, and it's now, and it's in 2007, I think is when the story starts, with like when the stock market collapsed. Other than that, I don't know that much about this, but I have heard such good things, and it definitely has a ton of like good hype and also lots of awards, and it's a winner. I'm gonna read it and share my thoughts. But that's it, guys. That is my first, I purchased them book haul. I spent $13 on all of the books on here, so yay for used bookstores. And I am excited. I am thrilled about every single book that I picked up. I cannot wait to read them and share with you my thoughts on them. So keep an eye out for 60-second book reviews on all of these. And yeah, if you've hauled any of these books, if you have read any of these books, if you want to read any of these books with me, please comment down below, let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and thank you for listening to me say excited 100 times. If you enjoyed this video and are just as excited as I am about these books, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, click down below, subscribe. I would love to have you back for more bookish content. Have a great day.